Froyo said cracker with a negative connotation to offend Ludwig. Let's not pretend this edgy joke is equivalent. That stuff is banned here, isn't it, Lamau? When will he understand that there's a difference between saying a slur for a joke and target a slur? Like, these people unironically are saying calling a white person a cracker is literally worse than a white guy openly saying the N-word. That is the discourse for these guys, which if you were to have this conversation with real people out in the real world, I suspect they would look at you like you're an insane person. That is a psychotic part of discourse. I know why this happens, because certain editors think Russians were the bad guys in World War II and called Nick Fuentes mildly right-leaning. Twitch is officially cooked. Racism unlocked. Oh, man, my fucking zit looks terrible. God damn it. I really needed to get a better zit patch. Why are these people more offended than Ludwig, who it was said to? I know. That's a whole other aspect of this as well. If you were to try to comprehend this talking point and then relitigate it out in public, your family would disown you. It wasn't Asmongold that called Nick moderately right, by the way. Asmongold definitely knows that Nick is a straight up Nazi. And as soon as I was like, bro, what do you do? What's your editor doing? That's crazy. He immediately was like, oh shit. I don't think Asmongold personally believes that Nick Fuentes is moderately right wing or whatever. I'm as far as intent goes, you were saying intent matters more than the actual words itself. In a situation like that, calling a white woman a Karen would be just as hateful and just as harmful. Except we have no disagreement there. Most people would laugh at you if you were to try to champion the anti-Karen cause, to say that Karen is actually a racial slur, which many people that write articles have tried to do. The intent matters more than the word itself would imply that calling someone a redneck would be just as harmful as calling someone the N-word, which is ridiculous. No one would argue on that front. The intent matters more would be akin to saying that a group of gay guys calling someone a fucking breeder would be just as harmful as a group of straight guys calling a gay person the F word. This was at the heart of the conversation that I was genuinely trying to have with that one kid who said that he was bullied in high school as a nerd in a predominantly black high school 13 years ago. That led him to believe that personally, that anti-white racism happens and it's very real. And that discourse in my own Discord, where I tried to explain to him, listen, there's a difference between systemic racism. Black people aren't just upset about the mean words and how they hurt their feelings. It is an invocation of that word that relitigates all the racial violence that black people have been historically subjected to. Obviously, that's why it's different. You know, the same conversation that I've had a million times over. And of course, a bunch of other mostly white Discord users in my Hoscord Discord, of course, correctly clowned on him. The issue, of course, is that many people who have these assertions will never actually see what my opinion is. They will never do their own personal investigations. These people are who just want to be able to say slurs no matter what. So when the C word is something normal people don't get upset over, they opportunistically scream double standards over it all day, every day. And yet, they are able to only gain momentum in small circles. That's why, if you recall, when I first originally got banned off of Twitch because of brigading done by Destiny's fan base on LSF for the crime of using the C word, cracker, that actually made its way to another subreddit called Subreddit Drama. So even other subredditors looked at that and recognized how fucking insane that was, because most people, even on Reddit, find that to be hilarious. That's why I am trying to explain to people that trying to have this conversation within the neat little confines of like a specific subreddit that can be easily manipulated by those who have brigaded it time and time again, you will get a very different understanding. You will get a very different understanding of the world. But if you were to remove yourself from such hug boxes for a brief moment, okay, you will probably recognize that this is kind of silly. But if you want to understand how laughable this is in the real world, thank you for sending that to me, Bussy Angel. This is Wheat Thins, They are a Nabisco brand. I believe they're owned by Nabisco. Wheat Thins themselves joined in on the cracker discourse. That is how ridiculous this argument was. So much so that a multi-billion-dollar corporation in a marketing initiative could crack jokes about it. Think about how fucking polite these guys have to be professionally. That's why it is unimaginably idiotic. And that happened 2 years ago, 2 whole years ago. And yet there are still newcomers of the conversation trying to champion the cause. And also, it is hilarious because like the people that are mad are doing this on behalf of a guy who was called privileged and behaving in a cracker-like way. And they're mad on behalf of him while also simultaneously shitting on him. You have no idea how much I think that stuff is crazy. The analysis is off, though. Kevils gains traction by accusing Destiny of shady shit. Twitch community rides the wagon. Destiny gets banned. Kevil gets caught lying. Haha, whoopsie, no major condemnation. What do you mean pushback? Who cares? I think people who fight for me on my behalf are too lost in the sauce. I hope she gets none. And I'll get my revenge by leading the best life I possibly can. Hope she does the same. No pushback for being racist, for shitting on a person who is donating to a charity. You should care because you shouldn't want that type of behavior to become normalized. You're not her parent, sure, but you have those who will go by your value system. And if being racist towards whites is okay, then that behavior will become normal in your community. I promise you, my time's better spent focusing on what I want to do than pushing back against her. And I think pushback will happen naturally from people seeing clips of her and deciding to watch or not watch her. I don't got to lead a campaign for that to happen. They're like mad that he's not doing a conquest against Frogan for saying that his behavior was cracker-like. I don't think a single person who's not insane is wanting a campaign. It's just a direct statement of condemnation would probably suffice. Like, this is literally fucking, I'm sorry, and I'm using this in like the way that an anti-SJW would use. This is straight up like Tumblr queer posting as a radlib in 2014, okay? Like, this guy is literally like, please give a condemnation about anti-white racism. Please. I'm demanding a condemnation from you, a white guy. Like, how have we gotten to a point where the very same people that literally would complain about radlibs being unhinged on the timeline, turning around and yelling at a white content creator that he should actually go out and issue a swift condemnation against the usage of the term C word, the usage of the term cracker. It's always the snowflakes get offended by everything crowd that turns around and behaves in this way. And it's so ridiculous. It's so weird they're defending Lud for the C word, but we're completely okay with saying Destiny was going to jerk it to fake cutie porn. Yes, because they have no genuine value system beyond defending whatever the fuck Destiny has chosen to defend or attack at that very moment. The anti-SJWs have firmly become the SJWs. It's pathetic. The Twitch space seems to have an overall idea that you can't be racist towards white people. And this passive, I'm going to do my own thing, will imply that you're okay with it. I'm not even saying that what she said was as serious as other things said before, because this deep in a thread, I clearly don't understand how clout works. I don't think many people will see the statements you've made about her. And the time spent better? Sure, I guess. Was it worth then to change one of your videos that had a joke about Hassan and the streamer Plivish thing? Because he's also a strong force in the no way to be racist towards white people since they hold social power camp. Like, his resentment and his animosity, like bringing me up in this circumstance, it kind of betrays all of the importance of the C-word discourse that he claims to care about. Dude's got a botnet of broken-brained white guys in their late 40s. That's what I'm saying. It's like a sad state of affairs. It's an incredibly sad state of affairs to operate this way. Bro, this whole thing is extremely manic and unhealthy. Destiny's a stranger. Ludwig's a stranger. Go spend time with your kids. Destiny's not only a stranger, but a fascist. Go, you see a cop slaughter a black guy and you just say the cop isn't racist, but cracker you jump at. Great take. Like, I genuinely don't understand how you can be this deep in the cut for a whole ass different adult. It strikes me as very odd. Like, look at this. Look at how many fucking tweets. I've already blocked him because he probably was also doing this for me. EMS, EMT work, currently in nursing school, Democrat for life, this guy. Democrat for life.